Hey, working on Baldwin's Cadillac again. So last video, you guys saw me welding up a jig to put all the control arm mounts onto the axle. So now I've got them welded onto the Dutchman and then mounted up here at full air out, full compression. So right now I've got some kind of fake airbags I made out of steel, and I'm placing them in here so I can get all the bag mounts oriented. And then when I weld them in, they'll be in the right spot. So more jig action, but yeah, this time a little further along. Yeah, so I got the axle in here, bump stops mounted in there, and yeah, trying to figure out where the bags are gonna sit. And then once I get this all welded in, then the car can go to Dane and he's gonna redo the tunnel.
Oh, hey. Baldwin's Cadillac. We got a little bit of tunnel vision on this thing right now. Yeah. So LS and all that is in. It sits pretty high, so you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm gonna cut up the floor, build a little tunnel for it, a little trans cover too. Just gonna tunnel everything back here. So right now I am getting up on jack stands. I'll mock up a drive line. I might have to mock it up after I cut it out. There's a big old cross member in there, so it's gonna have to get creative. This is my first full tunnel, so it should be fun. Usually I just build transmission tunnels and covers. I'm gonna do the whole thing. Once that's done, then we can kick it over to the body shop and they can start going to town.
Hi, this is Devin with Retro Rides, and we are with the Caddy. This is Baldwin's Caddy that we've been doing a lot of work on, suspension upgrade. We had to do a bunch of work underneath to get a tunnel in, to clear the drive shaft and all of that good stuff. So right now, what I'm getting after is separating the body from the frame. The frame's gonna get shipped out to get powder coated. In the meantime, we're going to get all of this new sheet metal primed, prepped, and cleaned up and painted. And then by that time, the frame rail will come back. The whole chassis will come back. It's getting AIRRIDE, and all of that stuff has been kind of already situated in the car. But this is a big car, a lot of weight. So we have got to do some bracing and get the car body stable before we separate it from the chassis and the frame rails of the car. So that's kind of what I'm after now. We're going to throw it on this nice cart in a bit, but I've got to situate the stability of the car, and then we'll get it on here. So that's kind of where we're at today. Stay tuned. This is going to be a really slick looking ride.
Hey guys, Preston with Retro Rides. Cadillac here today. Off its frame, on its cart. We got the inside all prepped out, cleaned up, and epoxied. Got the underside of all epoxied and cleaned up. We've still got to seam seal it, but we'll get to that soon. Right now we're working on the firewall. So we've got it cleaned up, finished metalworked, epoxied. Then we got it build primed so that we could bodywork on it. And then, yeah, that's kind of where we're at. So it's shaping up nicely. Nice flat spots. It's gonna be a clean firewall.
Since then, we've blocked out the primer, put the last coat of primer that was on it. We put seam sealer, which would have been in this area right here. We made it all smooth, painted it black. This is the semi-gloss black that we usually do inside of the engine bays. We took off the cowl just to get a little bit more in here. Some of this will be covered with the cowl, so. We also did the inside of the tunnel with the undercoating, so it's all undercoated, and yeah, that's about it. We also had a bunch of other parts that went black, same color as the firewall. Right now in this process, I am working on the inner fenders, but yeah, I'm just hitting it with 80 grit, 120. Rust Scotch Bright, planning on priming these two today, and the top strips on the core support. Probably minor body work on these, and it'll be ready for the engine to go in and these to go on and the fenders and then the whole car going back together.